Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back here today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. Probably should put the microphone over here. And today, I am apologizing because I do not have a green screen behind me. My basement got completely torn apart by a birthday party this weekend. But I'm still excited to be checking out Fief, England, Alliances, Treachery, and Power. Now, first thing I do want to mention is that if you see this in the future, this very well may be the kind of thing where you can click on a link down below and I'll get 10% of you back on GameFound if I remember to, because that's one thing they did. They sent out an email. They said, hey, you send people to this link, we'll give you 10% of whatever you back. And I was like, hey, that sounds pretty cool. Then I proceeded to forget about it. But it has 20 days left to go. We got a big square box, so I guess I can see, it's a big box. Other than that, it looks incredibly boring and generic. Like the artwork is meh, and the box is big, and that's it. I think the big selling point here is the fact that this is a sequel, but once again, GameFound wants you to know as little about their projects as possible from the outside. Fief, England is a game of dynastic ambition where players lead noble families in medieval England. Each family is comprised of noble lords and ladies that strive to attain blah, 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 blah. 2 to 4 players, 90 minutes to play. So it's a medium weight, 2 to 4 player Euro game about, England-y crap like Fief. Because I don't even know what Fief means. I think it's like a kingdom or something. I don't know. Stupid American guy. Anywho, I know the player length, I know the time count, I know the age, I'd love to know the mechanism. There's so much I know nothing about this. I know nothing except the main, except for the box is uninspiring. That is the only thing I know about this. It's always though when we go in the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? That mic is quiet. Oh no. Hopefully I got it all fixed. Let's go. 420. It's a long time to hold my attention on a video. Not off to a good start. Lead and grow your family to become the most powerful force in England. 2 to 4 players, 90 minutes. Fief, England.
England, a kingdom.
Now, I want to start off by saying I do know that this is, in fact, a sequel to a very popular game, and I think there's a couple different games that it's a sequel to, or if it's in that universe. And that's the kind of thing that I would love to know right from the jump, before I even click on it, to establish it a little bit more. Because right now, it's just generic Euro-y stuff.
For taking across the sea. My name is Matilda.
Nice looking.
And my Norman family dreamed of ruling England's fertile and rich lands, despite its Anglo-Saxon inhabitants. And so it is today, as I, its queen, rule England. Here's my family's story. My grandfather invaded England with his lord, William the Conqueror. For this, he was granted the eastern coast.
I gotta say, as someone who's a big fan of medium-weight Euro games, the drier the better, I don't give a crap about anything this narrator's saying right now. Please, for the love of everything, just show me mechanisms. I get it. I'm some sort of king or queen, and I have to take over. This is not an original or unique theme by any stretch of the imagination. Can we just get to it, please?
The fiefdom of Lincoln, which, to this day, is still my family's seat of power. We soon made Lincoln prosper, building mills, constructing castles, and gaining the loyalty of our people. As we expanded into neighboring cities, our men-at-arms were welcomed by the locals for their protection. But we also began to encounter other powerful families.
Remind me of Civ
Once
6.
we controlled all of the cities in our fiefdom, the king recognized our growing power and granted our family the title of Count, which was bestowed upon my brother Thomas. This title gained us the admiration of courtiers who flocked to our service. My cousin, the Lady Margaret, became the abbess of the Autumn, which my uncle had founded. The continuing rise of our family led me to be presented to King Hugh's son, Lord Edward, the Prince of Wales. Our wedding in London was grandiose, especially when the relics of St. Caradoc were presented as a dowry by my father.
Okay, weird.
But then, disaster struck our island. King Hugh and many others were taken by the Black Death Plague. I am distraught that he did not have my apothecary Geoffroy at his service, who could have saved him. Now his son, my husband
Oh.
Edward, is king.
Oh.
Long live King Edward.
Ooh, that was slick. That was
To
slick.
raise much needed revenues,
90
my
minutes to play
Lord
the
King
game.
husband
I'm in.
presented new taxes to be enacted, but other noble houses voted against these. Without additional income.
Okay, I have completely come around on this video. I want to play this game. I think they're showcasing all the intricacies and the interesting aspects of this game very, very well in this video so far. So hopefully they can keep it up for the next minute 20, but I'm in. This looks like a fun, chunky, thinky Euro game.
Sources, the king could not raise new royal troops, or build royal castles, or support the other noble families. After the House of Lords' defiance against their king, my valiant husband had to go forth to repel one of the many Norse invasions that continue to terrorize our lands. Outnumbered, he still defeated the pagan invaders in a glorious battle, but then died of the wounds he had suffered.
Slide it over.
I am now a widow, and with the support of my patrons and allies, including the powerful Archbishop of York, I was elected Sovereign Queen. I now rule England, ready to face new challenges and to continue to expand my family's influence and powers. What do I hear? You and your fellow conspirators dare to oppose my godly right to rule? Beware, because my family's wrath runs deep.
I can't tell if that was straight just flavor theme or if they're actually saying there's a semi-cooperative mode. I'm not sure. If there's a semi-co-op mode, that'd be hot. Because I did not see that coming. All right, after the video, do I want to? Yes, I do. It looks like a super fun game. Lots of interesting mechanisms. Looks like it shouldn't have a very unreasonable price based on what I saw as well. Free historical coin set. Yeah, that was a day one sort of thing. Early bird, or it looks like for a couple days. Either way, love it. It's working. They raised $134,000, despite the fact they do have a massive multi-million-dollar project that is still outstanding. Not that GameFound makes it easy for you to see that sort of thing. Let's check out Academy Games track records. Academy Games Kickstarter, because they do have some, Stellaris Infinite Legacy. I know that one is not out yet. Raised $2.5 million. They said it was going to be out in April 2022, so that one's creeping up on 2 years late. Not great. Stellaris Infinite Legacy Update 38 player screens, miniatures, and giant map proof. So December 2nd, November 15th, October 17th, July. So July, August, September. Ew, two-month bump there of nothing, but it looks like we're getting in there. We're doing monthly updates for the most part. Check out the comment section. We received 3 versions of player screens from the manufacturer with the final artwork. This is the pin one. This is what people want to know. Cool. Note, these links will eventually stop working, but not for a while. Good point, Holmes. Though at the rate we post comments, there's a high chance we'll simply drown in them before that happens. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Have we had the pledge measure yet? Cool. Great. So I'm not terribly worried about this, and the reason why I'm not terribly worried about this is the fact that if you actually see what Stellaris, the game, looks like, it is just insanity. It's like really intricate plastic components that they have to get right the first time. Like the setup and teardown of this is the most important part of this game, in my personal opinion. Having seen the prototype of this game at conventions, so I'm going to give them a pass on that one. Plus, it's Stellaris. They want to get that thing out because they're going to make a bunch of cash off that. Reality Shift, I'm pretty sure this one is out. I think I saw it in the wild, which makes me think that we only have one game out pending. Because, yeah, one small step is Tutor, both out. I am 90% sure. Reality Shift, shipping to Europe, December, address update needed. Cool. So it looks like this one is out. Or right, any updates on the Australia refund of game? Just because we live in Australia, Academy Games, it can't be that difficult. I see Academy is selling Reality Shift with Agents of Mayhem solo upgrade. Will I get either in Australia? So, if you live in Australia, might be some issues here. And when are they going to respond? Ew, yixies. 8 months? 8 months, no response? 9 months. Can I hear it? Can I get a year? Can I get a year? Academy Games, will you give me a year? We're playing the fun game where we see when's the last time you responded to your comments, despite the fact your game has not completely shipped out all of its copies, especially not to Australia. Do I get a year? I think we're going to get, I'm going to guess 14 months. 10 months. Damn, ooey. All right, so 10 months. Not good. But then again, if it's just a couple countries that they haven't gotten to, that's, yeah. Okay, so can you do it? Yes. Looks like they have 1.5 things out, but yeah, I'm not too terribly worried about it. Academy Games has put out quite a few things. My favorite game, I think, being Freedom, Underground Railroad. All right, so 2 to 4 players, 90 minutes, ages 15 plus. Fief is a game of dynastic ambition. So the main thing here is $75. It's a very reasonable price. Getting metal coins. I wish we could have showcased those a little bit more, like zoomed in. Plus, we have an expansion. Is that the metal coins expansion? Unlocked expansions includes all the expansions unlocked in the stretch goals. Players may choose which expansion they want to add to their game to give it a greater depth or a different play flavor. What? No, that's not right. That's just not right. That's not how manufacturing works. Unless they've solved some sort of code, but to put exactly what you want into your expansion box, that's not feasible. I want to know who the hell they're manufacturing for. If that's in fact what they're doing. I can't imagine that's what they're doing, but if it is, I'm excited. 2 to 4 players, 90 minutes. Got it. Look at those nice coins. This is why we zoom in on coins. Look how nice those coins look. Zoom in on those bad boys. Those are great. But I do like the fact we have them front and center early and often. We start with a video. Makes the game look fun. You show me these deluxeified components that I can get now. I have to back them now. I can't wait a week from now. I have to get it now if I want these awesome metal coins, which I do. $75. Very reasonable price. So I feel like we're starting off hot with this one, honestly. Grow your family. Now we're regurgitating the video. Don't care. Unlock the legends. Stretch goals. Unlock many legends of England, including awesome. Okay. Pretty lame stretch goal area. Like, I'd like to know more about what I'm unlocking aside from these characters, but hey, whatevs. This is the one with the coins. This is the one without the coins. Cool. I wonder when this ends. Does it say how long you have? Either way, I'm in. Deluxe. So this is a $95 jump. Holy crap! What are you 95 jumping me here? The ultimate version of Fief, the all-in pledge, gets you everything. So it's not the coins. I already have the coins. It's the playmat, and it's these plastic pieces, which you haven't spotlighted well at all. Is that right? That's right. So yeah, I'll click on them, see if I can look at them. Oh, wow. Those look like plastic pieces. 36. Okay. Yeah, not really sold well. But then again, that might explain why that is 4 times to 1, not the most popular pledge level. But then again, this pledge level will also look a lot better once the early bird's up. Like, once those coins go away, I could see this one definitely getting more hits, but I still don't feel like they sold that well at all. Yeah, the early bird is a great discount as well. As someone who works for a manufacturer, I can tell you, coins are not cheap. Like, coins are just not, especially if you get custom coins. Not the cheapest. And the shipping, like, it's just, coins add a lot. More goals to come. We'll unlock more stretch goals. Cool, I like that. Family screens. Your family screens are now kept hidden from the prying eyes of your opponents. So we don't actually have player screens yet, despite the fact you showed me player screens on the video. Weird. Jerusalem Crusade expansion. That's a banger. Wow. Includes a lot of stuff. Wish I knew exactly how many cards roughly, but okay. I'm excited. I'm in. And we've got, wow, the Holy Reclicks, Assassins and Spies. 60,000, 50,000. So every 10,000, every 15,000, we're hitting a stretch goal. Nice. Nice. Okay. I'm even more excited. $75 seemed reasonable, and I get to these expansions, and I'm saying, you know what? $75 seems like, dare I say it, a decent price. That being said, you're selling me fluff. You're selling me hyperbole. You're doing a great job of it. I don't have any quotes. I don't have any videos. I don't have any rule booklets. I don't even have you telling me how great the original Fief was, which I think all of those things are bad things, by the way. But I think the fact that you've still sold me on this game is a testament to how well that video was done. Large game board, rule booklet, cool things, stuff. I'm already sold on the price. We got a video. It says, I'll explain why I think Fief France is a great game. You know what I'd like even better about this quote? Even instead of making me sit through his 8.5-minute video to find out why he thinks it's great, maybe, you know, you could do what the whole purpose of the quote is and get the quote where he says why the game is good or great, instead of just saying, yeah, he thought it was great, get on in. Like, that's super annoying. Below are reviews. The Chief can't wait to play again. Okay, cool. France gives 9 out of 10. That's a great one. I do like that one. Spotlight the number. Loves the storytelling and the compelling play experience. So now we're talking about the original Fief, and this is an expansion to Fief, right? Okay, got it. There's their videos. You can look for them. I'm looking for a full gameplay of the game you're trying to sell me. That'd be nice. And the rule booklet. And you really spotlighting, you know, one person saying it's a 9 out of 10 and another person saying, hey, I can't wait to play it again. Like, I feel like you totally could do a way better job of selling me on your game. In fact, let's go check this out. So, it re-implements Free France. I didn't realize, I thought this was a sequel. It's a re-implementation of the number 700 most popular game of all time in strategy. You know, immediately I want the game more than how you've sold it to me. Yeah, let's see. Is this it? Let's check out the designer, too. What do they got? 1266, 4460. Okay. That makes sense why you didn't spotlight that then. Okay. All right. Shipping. 10 to 16, 20 to... So I'm looking at the Duke's edition. So $91 in and out the door. Man. I hate the fact that I'm saying to myself, yeah, $91. That seems totally fine. But then at the end of the day, it is a $60 base game. It is a $30 expansion. And it's going to include the metal coins, which I still feel like that's very Kickstarter reasonable. You know, I have no issues with this at all. $91 in and out the door to get me everything I need. Once again, I don't need the King's Edition. You sold it very poorly, and you convinced me that I did not need it. We didn't even zoom in once on those buildings. We didn't even zoom in really that well on the playmat. I feel like you did a good job showcasing the playmat in the video. But once we get into the story itself, I definitely feel like we dropped the ball a bit, spotlighting the pledge level that we want people to take. But this early bird, that's a great pledge level. Like, very good stuff. All right, comments, FAQ updates. Give this one a grade. We have answered many questions in the FAQ section. Listed above. Below is one such FAQ answer. Many of you asked what's the difference between the first game of the series, Fief 1429, and Fief England. Below I list all the some of the... Cool. That's good to know. In here, doing good customer service. Is there no Australia-friendly shipping? We are working with Aetherworks, and we'll charge... Yeah, we suck at shipping to Australia. Go check out the previous comment section if you want to see how much we suck at that. Got it. We just revealed... But I will say, I like the fact that that probably means that the shipping to Australia is high, because they're like, yeah, we just don't have a good way to do it, so it's going to be high. I'd rather that than a cheap price, and then seeing, oh, you already suck at shipping to Australia, but now you're saying you're going to ship to Australia for a reasonable price. So, I don't have an issue with it. Let's check out the FAQ. Okay, we got some questions. Once again, if I want to look up a specific word, I can look it up. Fantastic. Final grade for this one. Oh, wait, we don't have any updates yet, but that's because it just launched yesterday? Question marks. Final grade for Fief England Alliance's Treachery and Power. Is the early bird the whale, or is it more? The early bird is not the whale. The whale is the one with everything, which in this case would have the playmats and these plastic buildings, which were not sold well. So, final grade. Do I want it? Yes, I do. I was shocked. I didn't think that video was going to be able to hold its own for 4 minutes and 20 seconds, and it did. It focused on the theme, but then it eventually started to focus in on the theme, interweave with the gameplay, kind of telling you this story, wrapping up the entire video. In fact, we started off with this narrator talking about how they were the queen and blah, 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 blah. I didn't care. I didn't care at all. I was like, whatever. You got a generic theme. But then they seamlessly interweave the gameplay with the components. They did a great job showcasing the components. It looked familiar. It looked different. There was a couple moments where it's like, oh, that looks really hot. Like when you picked up the one card with the holes in it, and now it's this person's dead. Now this person's the king. It was a very cool system. I'm in. Do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? You do have two things pending. 1.5, technically. The one's just to Australia and Europe. And the one is 2 years late, nearly. But it's a $2 million project that they want to make sure is 100% perfect before it's released. Not going to knock them for that one. But 2 years passed. It's getting there. So can you do it? Yeah, I'll give a thumbs up on that one. Then how much is it? It is very reasonably priced. I mean... Just, like, honestly, if I told you... Here's the bottom line. If I told you after the fact you were going to go to an online retailer and you're going to pay $91 for the base game and the expansion with metal coins and all these different stretch goals that they'd hit, you'd say that seems like a pretty reasonable price. And I'd say, yeah, I think it is. And especially considering it's on the Game Found page. Like, we don't need the stretch pay this time. $91 in and out the door. That's a great price. So final grade for Fief, England, Alliances, Treasury, and Power. I will say my biggest thing with this one is that main image is just hot garbage. It's just so incredibly generic. You can't even read it because you used a weird old font, and it's just like, oh, look, there's people, and they're Englandy, and there's a religious-y guy who looks mad, and like this is just so blah. But once again, I know it's hard, and I imagine that it's harder to make an appealing square that is a rectangle, because GameFound does the stupid thing where they're like, we like squares, we want to be different. We know Backer Kit and Indiegogo and Kickstarter all use rectangles, but we're unique and different. We're going to use these stupid squares that make it hard to put stuff in and really showcase things. Sorry, I just like to criticize them every single time, because eventually they will change it. Because I don't see anyone defending the squares. No one's defending the squares. At this point, it just seems like they're being stubborn, Awakened Realms. Final grade, though, for Fief, whatever the hell the name of the game is, Englandy thing. It didn't feel like they spotlighted the pedigree well at all. The fact that this is a redoing of a different game was not spotlighted well at all. Quote section was pretty meh. Main image kind of sucked. But honestly, everything else I felt like was really well done. The do I want it, the can you do it, and the how much is it, I feel like were pretty well done. So at the end of the day, I feel like I'm at a B+ here. Very solid grade. Video is sweet. Jeremy's going with a B-. Simple, clean, not great, but pretty good. Go with the C+. I'm going with a B-. I'm sticking with it. But then again, I am a big medium weight Euros are just my jam. And I just love the card. I love the holes in the card. And I bet it's a double-sided card. So one side's the king, one side's the queen. I love nifty little things like that. So I'm going to go with A, B, whatever the heck grade I gave, B+. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for Fief, England, Alliances, Treasury, and Power. And as always, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Go have a good one. Bye-bye.